many horses does one man need?
How many horses does one man need?
How many horses does 50 and have?
How many horses does 50 and have?
One,
Two,
three,
more than four, five, no, it's six, it's seven horses. Well, what does a horse cost a year? $6,000. What's the total? 42,000. What do we make? So what do we need? When do we need it? And if we don't get it, if we don't fucking get it.
I'm Gia Davis. I am a fifth-year teaching assistant in the psych department.
I'm William Westgard Cruz. I am a fourth-year PhD candidate in geography and also work as a teaching assistant in international development and geography.
I think, yeah, both of us have been here kind of the entire time. We started kind of cultivating some, organizing structure during the summer of 2020 for, graduate students in solidarity with the BSU when the BSU was making their demands to Clark. And from there, it, turned into our health insurance campaign. And, once we made some moves on that, it felt like the natural progression to the union. So we've both been doing that for a while now.
So what led the Teamsters to joining this strike?
Roughly a little less than a year or so ago, we were reached out to by the group that was helping to organize the crew, William and some of the other crew. Mm-hmm. And they had told us that they were trying to form a union. They had gotten themselves together to talk about insurance the prior school year, and they wanted to see what they could do to do more than that with the real union. So we recognized earlier in the year. And we've been in negotiations now for about 5.5, 6 months.
Yeah, can you just tell me your name?
Oh, hi, I'm Shan Yu. I'm first year PhD student in geography.
And what led you to join?
Because Clark paid us so bad. As PhD student, we paid, our stipend is $19,000 a year. That is much more lower than other programs in the United States. So that's how we had to strike. Especially this year, the inflation is crazy. It's almost about 10%. And the university just guaranteed just 1.5% raise. That is not enough. So it means that our dispensable income is lower. It means that we have to face the gentrification of housing, more expensive housing, and more expensive food or living costs, higher living costs. That it means that we cannot afford this. We cannot focus on our study, our research anymore. It's that we get better paid.
We've got the power. What kind of power? Union power. Put some verb in it. Come on. What do we want? Union contract. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Union contract. When do
the teachers' situation.
The most embarrassing one was when I jumped off a brink.
About another horn. You want one? It's a little cold. I'm going to warm it up, though. Don't worry. Yeah, he is. It's getting right now. Hey, where's your whistle?
and who is typically in those meetings?
So we have we have a rotating group of students that are on the negotiating committee. There's usually 5 people in the room with us, so they can offer their input on whatever their responses are. We've encouraged them to speak openly and freely in negotiations, so that it's not just the administration hearing from the Teamsters what we want for our members, it's our actual members voicing their concerns, their issues, and challenges they face every day.
Yeah. How did you feel about the bargaining committee yesterday?
Yeah, so I am having like a lot of, complicated feelings because I was pretty delighted that Clark, wanted to come to the table. We know that, certain actions we've been taking regarding construction, regarding, not sharing with departments whether we're working or not, has been putting some pressure on administration. And so we know that they're probably pretty freaked out. They've also, for a while been losing control of the narrative around how things have been going. So, I know that admin is feeling like a bit backed into a corner. So I was pretty happy to have a meeting scheduled. The offer that admin came in with was definitely an improvement from their first offer, which was, garbage. But there were still some significant gaps. For one, the biggest, immediate, visibly non-starter thing that I noticed was the stipend increases that Clark proposed wouldn't go into effect till January. That's 3 more months that workers would have to wait to get any sort of relief. And that's unacceptable. We needed it last year. We need it from the beginning of this year. So, while there were some gains, Clark came with a more serious economic offer. There are still a lot of things that are left unresolved, including making sure that all workers are getting a decent raise, making sure that we're getting yearly raises that will keep up with cost of living increases, health insurance, for us, and also trying to get health insurance for people with dependents. Right now, kids, workers can't have their kids on their health insurance, which is insane to me. We're many of us are, late 20s, early 30s, even up to 40, doing the work here. We have families, we have obligations outside of ourselves.
You've got a group of individuals that are struggling to make ends meet, that are housing insecure, that are on food stamps, and going to food banks to make sure that they can get meals every day. We're not going to wait a year for that. This needs to be fixed now, not later. And we're not going to stand by and allow this lawyer to run the negotiations at his time.
I think because we need people now. Who the fuck needs 7 horses? 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 Pay your TAs for their courses. Pay your TAs for their courses. What are we going to do?
Awesome. And what agreement did you come to today? If you can just generalize what you're most excited about.
Me?
Yeah, you bargained it.
So we presented our contract to the unit today. There were a lot of gains for worker protections, for salaries, stipends, health insurance. There was a lot to be proud of with this contract.
Our contract was able to get recognized on paper the essential labor that all graduate workers in all departments of the university do to make this place run on a day-by-day basis through their work, grading, mentoring, and also very often leading discussion sections, labs, and lecturing as well.
Who's got the power?
We got the power.
What kind of power? Who's got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? Union power.
We are very proud of the agreement we reached. We're also very proud of the culture of solidarity that we have built here over the past few years, because before we came along and started organizing in 2020, the links between the different departments with a lot of graduate workers were very thin. There were some connections between grad students as students, but no real recognition, no organized recognition that we had many of the same interests as workers. Yeah, and I also hope that many of our members will become involved not only in the affairs of Teamsters Local 170, which is the local that we're now all members of, but also in the broader labor movement in Massachusetts and New England as well. There's a lot of organizing going on in higher education, in food service. I mean, Starbucks is a very obvious example, in the logistics industry as well. And I really hope that members of our union feel that they can be socially and societally engaged in a lot of these struggles that are very important, and that some of the divisions that are often sown between intellectual laborers in the university and those whose labor is more intensely physical or traditional blue-collar labor, that some of those divisions can be overcome through collective organizing as well.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? But the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving mid the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong.